Shalom. Call Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash and Shanya Kabad Akadwala Requab Zaquanyam Nawa Wa Shalayakim Nawa. That's double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom. Wa Barakim Labakaryam Shalyasharala. That's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. This video is going to be concerning remembering what you signed up for. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I mentioned it in one of my previous videos, but within the past 2 to 3 months, it seems like extra hell has been being placed upon Akim and Akwat as well. And the reason for that is because Esau Edom is living in the end days, and he knows it. This is the end of his rulership, and he's doing all that he can in order to keep it. And so these spiritual wickedness, aka these demonic forces, these demons, they're running rampant. And of course, they're coming after the hopeful elect. They're not coming after one who is, well, I'll just say a 2/3. They're not coming after someone who is already straying away from the path. No, they're coming against and trying to get those that are actually seeking the Lord, that are striving to do better, to be better, that are asking for repentance. Those are the people that these demons are coming after. And so just wanted to make as the priest Zainala in our DC camp says, keep in mind video. Just a keep in mind video to remember what you signed up for. It's not going to be an easy path. No one ever promised you an easy road, an easy drive. And that's the reason why Sirach chapter 2 is one of those go-to precepts whenever you're facing hell. And so we're going to start reading here. Sirach 2 verse 1 says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." Every now and then you find yourself just upset. It kind of seems like you're upset for no reason. You find yourself angry, and then randomly the next week you're sad. And your emotions are just going wild. You don't really know how to control it sometimes. And those are the moments in which you really have to pray. And of course, get your mind in this word, because there's a reason why this Bible is called the Comforter. But we're told right here in verse 1 that when we come to serve the Lord, then we have to prepare our soul, meaning our minds, for temptation. Temptation is going to happen. Trials are going to happen. This is not an easy path to the kingdom. And no one ever told you it would be. But that's what we're striving for, so we have to go through it. Verse 2 says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." And this is somewhat just straightforward, so I'm not going to break down and talk too much into it. But at the end of the day, you have to maintain your integrity in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. No matter what you're going through, you have to fight. That's what the Lord wants to see. He wants to see you fight. And you have to remember too, let me not jump the gun. I'll get there when I get there. This is verse 3. It says, "Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." Right. "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." So you have to get used to having highs and lows in this truth. And when you are brought low, no matter what it is, you have to take it cheerfully. Not saying that you're smiling literally through the pain, but it's just saying that you have to be of a mind that recognizes and understands that the Lord is just chastising you for this season, that he's treating you as a son, that it's for your advancement in this truth. It's to better you, ultimately. So be patient. And don't freak out when some hell comes upon you, but take it cheerfully, knowing that the Lord is doing it, and that he's just trying your faith. As verse 5 said, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." So how are you going to come out of that fire? Are you going to come out of it wood, hay, and stubble? meaning you got burnt off and you're done, you're just finished? Or are you going to come through purified, refined, as gold, silver, and all other manner of precious metals? That should be your and my objective. We're going to read down through verse 9. It says in verse 6, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him, no matter what, right? Verse 7, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. And that's what hoping for good is. It's hoping for mercy. It's hoping for something better. And ultimately what we're striving for is the kingdom of heaven. That is what's better. We're looking forward to entering into that new covenant. No, we are not in it right now. We are in the time of mercy, I'll say. This is a grace period where we have the opportunity to build up our spirits and increase our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to hopefully, when he returns, when Yahushai returns, to be delivered from this upcoming destruction. And then at that moment, boom, our bodies will be changed in those chariots. And then that new covenant will come into fruition. It'll be manifested. That's what we're looking forward to. That's what we're fighting for. And you have to always keep that end goal in mind. That's what allows you to get through the hard times. Always keeping that end goal in mind, no matter what. That's what will allow you to persevere. And like the scriptures say, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. It's about enduring, persevering, pushing through all the way until the end. You signed up for the race. Well, it's ultimately coming down to predestination, right? We know that from a higher standpoint, but we're kind of dumbing this down, right? We signed up for this battle. We're soldiers in this ministry. It's not going to be easy. So remember what you signed up for. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12 through 14. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Let's get that in the NLT. Let's put it side by side and see what it says. Verse 12 in NLT, dear friends, don't be surprised at the fiery trials you are going through, as if something strange were happening to you. So when these things happen unto you, don't be surprised. As a matter of fact, that needs to be your and my mentality right there. You know what? Not surprised. Car troubles, not surprised. Job troubles, not surprised. Family, woman, friends, issues, not surprised. Whatever it is, and those are just the common 3 or whatever I named, however many I named, to bring up as examples because there's such common issues that Akim wa Akwath go through. But of course, we all have our own personal temptations and trials that we're battling with, especially those things that just come into your mind. That's where the real battle is, right in your mind. But don't be surprised. Verse 13, jumping back to the King James, it says, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Yahushai's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. In the NLT. Instead, so don't be surprised, but instead be very glad. For these trials make you partakers with Yahushai in his suffering. And the scriptures say that the servant is not greater than the master. So if Yahushai had to suffer, what makes you think we're just going to la-di-da and walk our way into the kingdom of heaven? No, it's not going to work like that. What's being built right now is a business. The kingdom of heaven is a business that's being built up right now from the ground up. And we're a part of it. You're not just going to have equity in the business and you didn't put in any work, no effort. So if Yahweh Shai, the CEO, put in work and effort and sweat and he suffered, then that means we have to do the same exact thing. We're not just going to walk into the kingdom of heaven. You got to put in some effort, which means you got to go through some things. You're going to go through some things. So it says, instead, be very glad, for these trials make you partakers with Yahweh Shai in his suffering, so that you will have the wonderful joy of seeing his glory when it is revealed to all the world. Verse 14 in the King James, if ye be reproached for the name of Yahweh Shai, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Verse 14 in the NLT, so be happy. I love how that NLT broke it down. Verse 12 said, don't be surprised at the trials. Verse 13 said, instead be glad, because you're partakers of Yahweh Shai's suffering. Verse 14 says, so be happy when you are insulted for being a follower of Yahweh Shai. That's what that really means, right? Be happy when you are insulted for being a follower of Yahweh Shai. For then the glorious spirit of the Most High rests upon you. Point blank, period. So that's it. That's all I wanted to touch on. Just grabbing those quick precepts. Just wanted to get those thoughts out of my head while, as they say, strike while the iron is hot. So that's it. I pray that this video was edifying to the elect. Call Halayim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Remember what you signed up for. Shalom.